Thank you for serving as a proctor for the North Carolina Future Business Leaders of America online testing for 2015. Should you have any questions, please email me at this address. First, it's important that you know the difference between home site and online testing. Online testing covers all events with an objective test component, while home site or production tests should have been emailed to you by March 2nd by our state advisor. For example, Accounting 2 has a home site as well as an online test that they must complete. Keyboarding 1, on the other hand, for middle grades, does not have an online test but only a production test. First step in online testing is that you go to techfluency.org/ESES. Once there, you'll enter sample into all 4 fields. This will allow you to test your computer and your browser to be sure that it can open and read the test. By clicking begin, it will open up a new window. If your pop-up blockers are on, it will not allow the testing window to open. After answering each question, you'll want to click Save Answer. And by the end of the test, you may click Review to see all questions. At the end, click Submit for grading. Once you've tested this, then you should know whether your browser and your computer support the online testing. If it does not, try another browser, Firefox, Chrome, or Internet Explorer. Step 2. You'll schedule your test during the testing window from March 18th to April 10th. Highly suggest not testing on the last day, as no extensions will be given. Once a student begins the test, they must complete it in one sitting. You do not schedule your test with me, simply with your students. You will receive your students' usernames and passwords via email by March 18th from our testing service, ESES. If you do not receive them by March 20th, please email me, but check your spam first. They often end up there. Step 3, you'll read the proctor script that's attached to this email. It looks similar to this. You'll read this before each test that your students take. Students are allowed a scrap piece of paper. If they can use a calculator, one will be provided through the ESES website testing window. Students are not allowed to confer with each other unless it is a tested event on the next slide. These events are team events or collaborative testing. Students are allowed to talk during these events, with the exception of parliamentary procedure. That is a team event. However, students will take it separately without collaboration, and their scores will be averaged together. Only one member of the team should log in initially. Once they log in, there will be a spot for each additional team member to log in using their password only. This, for example, is a 2-person team event. A few reminders for testing. Students must complete it in one sitting. They cannot complete it on different days. High school tests are approximately 100 questions with 1 hour time limit. Middle school tests are approximately 75 questions with the 45-minute time limit. Please make sure that no test questions are reproduced in any way. Again, as a reminder, students must click Save Answer after each test question and then submit for grading at the final question is answered. Save Answer is important to click after each question in case the computer loses power or the web browser closes. They will not receive feedback on their score until the State Leadership Conference. The last step for you to complete after all testing is completed is to complete this link as the proctor. Each student, however, will complete this link after each test. Participants will be disqualified if these are not completed by the end of testing on April 10th at 6 p.m. Finally, if you have testing issues that are technical in nature, you'll want to contact TFI. Note that their time is Central Time. If you have any other issues, please contact myself or Amy McKay during the workday. Thank you again.